Hello there. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, I got a new deck profile for y'all, and it's something that I really didn't expect myself to play just yet, should I say, right? So today, I am giving you a Dynamorphia deck profile. I did not expect myself to play the Dynamorphia strategy until Dimension Fury came out with the new Dynamorphia Rex and even the new fusion trap of Dynamorphia Frenzy. So I went to locals and I built this deck in 20 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, I had the cards on me. I just said, you know what, let's get a whole bunch of traps together. And then I said, wow, Eldlich. In theory, this works. I don't know what's gonna happen once I start testing them out. And when I tested them out, bro, I fell in love. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm really not gonna lie to you. So I'm gonna be showing you all the cards that I ran in today's deck, and hopefully in the future I can give you guys more content, like actual gameplay and everything like that. And before we get straight to the deck profile, I am very behind on videos. Like, I still have Dark Magician locals to upload. I still have Goofy Gauntlet footage to give you guys as well. I am still doing school. I'm on the last month of the full semester. Once my semester ends, I have all summer to upload crazy content for you guys. Like, I'm gonna be going to the regional on April 30th in Hartford as well, so I actually can't wait for that. I'm still deciding on what deck to play. So if any of you guys are going there, hope to see you there. And so without further ado, let's get straight into it. We're running triple copies of Dynamorphia Teresia, and we're running triple copies of Dynamorphia Diplos. So both of these monsters have their effects when they're normal and special summon. For Teresia, you can set one Dynamorphia trap directly from deck to your spell or trap zone, and then if your life points are 2,000 or less, this card gains 500 attack. And for Diplos, when this card is normal and special summon, you can dump a Dynamorphia card from your deck to the graveyard, and if your life points are 2,000 or less, you can inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And both of these monsters have the same effect when they're destroyed by card effect or by battle, is that you're able to summon another Dynamorphia monster, a level 4 or lower Dynamorphia monster from your graveyard except itself. So Teresia can get back Diplos, and Diplos can get back Teresia. For the Dynamorphia traps, the main one you're going to be setting with the Teresia is going to be triple copies of Domain. This is your fusion trap of the deck. So you can fuse from either hand, deck, or field. And the same thing about all of these Dynamorphia traps I'm going to be showing you is for cost, you're paying half your life points. So for the other normal traps, you're going to be playing double copies of Brute, which is like the DPE for the deck. Pay half your life points, destroy one Dynamorphia monster you control, and one card your opponent controls. And we're playing double copies of Dynamorphia Alert. These are all the normal traps that I'm playing in the deck. Dynamorphia Alert allows you to special summon up to 2 Dynamorphia monsters from your graveyard whose levels are total 8 or less. So basically, if you have both of these in your graveyard already, you're able to revive both of them at once. Or you can only revive one of the fusion monster, which is a level 6. And when Dimension Force comes out, you're able to revive back the Dynamorphia Rex, which is a level 8. So the similarities within all these Dynamorphia normal traps is the fact that you're able to banish these cards from your graveyard, and you're immune to effect damage for that turn. So effect damage really doesn't come out as much right now. The only relevant thing I could think about within this format are Sword Soul cards, such as some of the monsters that inflict 1200 damage to you, which can actually pretty much save your life because you do set your life points very low, up to the point where a single burn damage can just end the game. So these effects are handy when they're best. And some of the Dynamorphia counter traps that I play are double copies of Shell. this is my favorite one. At the start of your opponent's battle phase, you're able to pay half your life points as cost, and special summon a token, which has 3,000 defense. And if you do, for the rest of the turn, while your opponent cannot target other monsters for attacks except for the token itself. And for the last one is one copy of Sonic. This is like the Solemn Judgment of the deck. Obviously, pay half your life points, negate a spell or trap card, and if you do, destroy it. And then once that resolves, you have to destroy a Dynamorphia monster. So if you destroy the fusion, for example, the fusion is able to revive back either one of these, or Dynamorphia, Diplos, and Teresia can revive either one of each other. So that's going to be it for the Dynamorphia. And something that I actually forgot to mention about the counter traps itself, just like how the normal traps, you're able to banish them to negate any sort of effective damage for that turn. For the counter traps, you're able to banish these cards to negate battle damage for that certain battle. So if there's multiple battles going on, you would have to banish multiple of them in order to just manage to take no damage for like obviously like the main important stuff that would end the game. So this is why I would like to add like maybe at least one more copy of Sonic, or even like bumping up the shell to 3. But as of right now, I do like these counter traps at this certain rate. One of the very engines that actually synergizes very well with your Dynamorphia cards are Eldlich cards. With Dynamorphia and Eldlich cards, they do want to be in the graveyard to resolve their certain effects, and it does come to the point where you want to send your Dynamorphia traps to your graveyard, so you're able to like send like either like a Dynamorphia trap from your hand to activate Eldlich hand effect, or if you want to revive Eldlich from your graveyard, you can just set one of your Dynamorphia traps, send the card as cost, and then summon the Eldlich as 3,500 beater. And obviously for your Eldlich engine, this is just standard double Eldlich, triple Sanguine, triple Conquistador, and triple Hakero. If you don't know what these Eldlich cards do by now, Eldlich is kind of like the boss monster, while your first one is definitely Kentrigina, especially the fact that it's the Dynamorphia deck. Elixir can special summon Eldlich from either graveyard or deck. Conquistador destroys a card on board while you have Eldlich on board, and you're able with Hakero is like a DD Crow for the deck. And for the rest of the dinosaur cards of the deck, we're running the one copy of Flower Dino, and we're running triple copies of Fossil Dig. Obviously, Fossil Dig searches out any level 4 or lower dinosaur monster from your deck to your hand. So Teresia and Diplos, obviously, but it can also search out Flower Dino. Flower Dino is a TCG exclusive card that came out within Battle of Chaos. If you activate a trap card, or if your opponent activate a spell card, you're able to special summon this card. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you're able to target 3 banished spell or trap cards and place them to the bottom of the appropriate decks, and then draw a card. So the main reason I actually went towards the Flower Dino combo, like if I was playing the Dynamorphia cards by itself, I really wouldn't just use it for this, but especially like the Eldlich engine, being able to banish them to get certain cards, you can put these cards back into your deck and just like reoccur your engine again. So like by turns like 3 or 4 after using the first Eldlich card, you are basically in a hunch that you're gonna run out of resources, especially from that part of the engine. So Flower Dino, once this card sent to graveyard, you can just reoccur that engine again. And for the rest of the main deck, we are playing triple copies of Skill Drain. With especially with Eldlich, your Skill Drain is just a free card. And with Kentrigina, Kentrigina's effect is that this card loses attack equal to your life points. So like say as if you have 2,000 life points, 4,000 minus 2,000 is 2,000. But with Skill Drain up, this Dynamorphia Kentrigina is just basically a 4,000 beater. And with Kentrigina, you're basically just going to be using its effect to banish the domain to summon another copy of itself. Especially with the fact that Skill Drain is up, you just have these 2 cards just equal up to game itself. And with the help of other cards like from the Eldlich engine especially, you can easily go for game. For the rest, we're playing triple copies of Solemn Strike, triple copies of Solemn Judgment, and triple copies of Torrential Tribute. Obviously, Solemn Strike and Solemn Judgment, especially more of the Solemn Judgment, is a free card in the deck because you just like half your life points, and obviously you do want your life points as low as possible. So Solemn Strike can also help you get as low as you can. And Torrential Tribute is you cannot pass up on Torrential Tribute. You really can't. Like, especially when you have like Eldlich being revived with his own effect, it can't be destroyed by card effects. But if you have, let's say as if you have both Cantrigina, not Cantrigina, Theresia and Diplos on board, and then you activate Torrential Tribute, you just chain both their effects to just special summon both of them back, especially with their effects too, which is just like a greater resource, especially being revived from grave. Alright, before we enter the extra deck, we're gonna actually go through the side deck first because something in the side deck reveals what I have in the extra deck. So we have one copy of Pank, obviously a dinosaur, but being able to special summon itself forces your opponent to interact with this card first before activating anything else like your Dynamorphia traps or like your normal summon, anything like that especially. Another going second card is triple copies evenly matched, great card. Most of your cards are dark, but if you really need to go into your Eldlich plays, Eldlich can just out this by sending it to graveyard as cost from Eldlich Grave effect. And Dynamorphics can really abuse the hell out of Ferret Flames. If the combined attack of all face-up monsters your opponent controls is higher than your life points, make your opponent shuffle the monsters they control into the deck of their choice so that the combined attack of the remaining monsters become less than or equal to your life points. Due to the fact that the Dynamorphia cards like get your life points to like less than 100 sometimes, your opponent almost has to shuffle back everything, or even have to shuffle back everything. And for the last card, we are actually playing Dragoon Engine within the side deck. Like, once it comes to games 1 and your opponent really sees that you're playing just like maybe Dinomorphia Eldlich, you just side this in games 2 and 3 and your opponent might not even expect it. Like, being able to have like a Dragoon on board, especially with having like a whole bunch of trap cards, especially like Skill Drain, Torrential Tribute, all those other cards like that, like you're probably almost guaranteed to win that duel as well. Alright, now for the extra deck. Extra deck is not exactly complete yet, but I can guarantee you that these certain cards have to be played. Triple copies of Cantrigina and triple copies of Stealth Bergia. You obviously go into more of the Cantrigina, but the Stealth Bergia is also a card that you can go into as well. So the effect of Cantrigina is that this card loses attack equal to your life points. You can quick effect, pay half your life points and banish a Dynamorphia normal trap from your graveyard, and this effect becomes that trap's effect and when that card is activated. So most of the time you're going to be using Cantrigina's effect once summoned to banish and copy the effect of Domain to summon another one. And especially with cards like Skill Drain up, you are guaranteed that these two cards are going to be equal to game. So that's actually really good. It can also copy the DPE effect of like Dynamorphia Brute or even Dynamorphia Alert to Monster Reborn a card. So that's actually really good. And Stealth Bergia, I really actually like Stealth Bergia. A lot of people don't, but if your life points are 2,000 or less, you don't have to pay any life point cost for any other trap cards. And this is not just including Dynamorphia cards. This includes cards like Solemn Judgment and Solemn Strike. Especially when you're in the funky life points of like less than 100, obviously less than 1,500. With this card up, you're still able to activate cards like Solemn Strike even when it has like an exact cost where you need to pay, unlike Solemn Judgment. So that's why I actually like the Stealth Bergia a lot. Obviously, you've seen the Dragoon package inside. So Verti Anaconda, you might just have multiple monsters on board, and the Red Eye Star Dragoon, obviously. And the Dark Charmer, along with Link Spider. And when it comes to the Dark Charmer, you can go climb up to Selene, Access Code, and I have 2 random XYZ monsters over here, Constello Pleiades and Divine Arsenal AA Zeus. I can probably guarantee you guys, if you're really trying to play the deck within now or in the future when the new support from Dimension Force comes out, I guarantee you that you definitely need to play these cards over here. And just dark to dark charmer, like your monsters are dark, so why not play dark to dark charmer, right? So, and if you're trying to play the deck now, this leaves you with all this free flex spots in your deck to put almost anything in here. Some cards I would definitely recommend putting in your extra deck if you actually have the space, and I actually might do as myself, would be cards like Evis or Dolka, Evis or Lagia, or even like if you just want to do something spicy like this, you can even put in like Utopia package because your monsters are level 4s. So that's something you can probably take in. But as long as you're playing these 7 cards over here guaranteed, I would say that you're playing the extra deck right. Well, definitely I can't forget the other reason why I love Dynamorphia Stealth Bergia a lot, besides the fact that I don't have to pay life point costs towards Dynamorphia monster effects or trap cards in general. It's the fact that if when your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can inflict damage to your opponent equal to that monster's original attack. So say as if like your opponent uses a Baron de Fleur negate on like something you activated, like a monster or trap card effect, like you can just inflict 3,000 damage to your opponent just by just with Stealth Bergia's effect, and it could honestly potentially lead them to the demise of your opponent. And another thing I forgot about to mention about these two is when these cards are destroyed by battle or card effects, you can revive level 4 or lower Dynamorphia monster, which is either honestly the Kendra or the Diplos. So definitely another thing why I like these cards a lot. Like honestly, I really do think that there are just multiple ways of playing the Dynamorphia strategy right now, and even in the future when the Dimension Force comes out. So honestly, like if you're playing like within this some sort of ratio of Dynamorphia cards, you're definitely playing the deck right. You could play like 3 Brute, you could play 3 Allure if you really want to, like 3 Shell, like you could add more copies of Sonic. I really do want to play like 1 more copy of Sonic just to have the extra counter trap and graveyard to use the graveyard effect. But honestly right now this is like something that I'm really happy with. You can pretty much change anything you really want within this deck, but as long as you're playing something of this certain ratio, obviously play 3 of like the Teresia, the Diplos, and the Domain. Everything else you can change, and you really don't even need to play like your Eldritch engine that I'm playing. I just play it because like it just really synergizes well with the deck. So like say as if you really want to like take out your Eldritch engine to play other certain cards like mainly like melee staples, you have like 10 free spots right here. And I would definitely try like taking out the Flower Dino as well. I mainly play the Flower Dino because of the Eldritch cards. I wouldn't play Flower Dino by itself with the Dynamorphia cards because sometimes like the Dynamorphia cards may not have as much of a resource to put back into your deck. Like I'm not saying that is not a bad idea. I'm just saying like it's just way more worth it to put back your Eldritch cards than your Dynamorphia cards for that matter. So like saying as if you take out these cards, obviously play triple copies of your Fossil deck. I would say that's mainly guaranteed. 11 cards to do anything you want with, and this is not even changing the staples that you have now. So like you have like 12 staples right here with the triple skill drain, triple strike, triple judgment, and triple torrential tribute. Like you can go as far as like maining. Like you can main deck the Gozen match because everything you control is dark. You can main deck the Ferret Flames. You can even like if you really want to play like your Dragoon engine in the main deck, or if you like leaning towards DPE more, you can play DPE in there. They're all dark. They can synergize with your Gozen match. There are like some people have been playing UTC. Personally I don't like the UTC in here. I just want to prefer like heavy trap deck instead of like just going to the other dinosaur cards, but that's just me. You can really do anything you want within this deck. Like right now there's just so much free flex spots in the deck to do almost anything you want with. And once the new cards come out within Dimension Force, you're probably gonna be adding 3 copies of the Frenzy, which is the new fusion trap, and you're going to be playing triple copies of the Dynamorphia Rex within your extra deck. But even just adding those cards in there, you still have a lot of free flex spots in your in your main and your extra deck as well to do almost anything you want with. So honestly, that's just what I recommend. Alright, thank you so much for watching this video today. I actually really had fun playing the Dynamorphia strategy. I really didn't think I would have this much fun playing the Dynamorphia deck. I was really just collecting these cards just to ensure that I have the engine for when the new support comes out. But just playing this at the locals just recently, like, I just fell in love with how the strategy plays and everything like that. Especially with the Eldlich cards itself. Like, the cards like manage to synergize so well. And I just really enjoy playing this deck. And I'm definitely going to be playing more Dynamorphia, like, before the release of Dimension Force and after the release of Dimension Force. So you can definitely expect more Dynamorphia content on the channel. So thank you for watching. Drop a like, subscribe, and share the word, and have a good one. Peace.